Good morning. I'm here out in my backyard because it's such a beautiful morning today, and I thought that the best thing to do would be to do yoga outside. And this morning I'm going to teach you my favorite core work. It's pretty different than what you're used to, but this core work is so good for so many things. One, just strengthening the core, which remember we think of as an apple core rather than what would you say, a horizontal core. So we're working this whole longitudinal core here in this exercise, and we're learning to articulate the spine so that we can create spaces between each one of the discs, supported by the belly, supported by our deep abdominals. So the first thing that you need is a strap. It doesn't need to be linked together, but if you want, you can also use, if you don't have a strap, you can always use a scarf. The prettier the better, because your yoga practice should always be surrounded by beauty. And so you're going to take that strap and turn long ways on your mat, and you're going to place the strap right underneath the balls of your feet. And we'll just start in the pose that we call Dandasana, which is staff pose. And I like to just gently lift my buttocks up and take the sitting bones back and apart, just so I get that little uplift in the low spine. If you notice that you're sitting back on your sacrum, you might want to have a little bit of a lift in your low back, but that's also kind of difficult for this practice, so this is okay too for now. The first thing you're going to do is activate your feet. So you flex the toes and spread them wide and bring muscle energy up the legs. And one thing that's really important is not to lock out the knees. And you'll know you are because your heels will pop off the ground. So let your heels drop deeply into the earth as you lengthen up through the spine. And you also don't want to push forward, so you don't want to contract the muscles of your spine to take you forward. And you want to bring the frontal ribs back. So you just have a nice, strong posture. Okay, and then you'll just take a few breaths here just to feel the grounding of the sits bones and the strength of your legs, growing that muscle energy up the legs. And then from here, you just gently bend the knees, and you're going to drop back so that you're looking down at your pubic bone. And without over hunching the shoulders, so you want the shoulders to stay pretty neutral. And you draw the belly in and up. And I keep bending my knees because that's what I need to do. And then I look down again and pull the lowest part of the belly in and up until you feel the second vertebra dropping onto the floor. So you're going from your tailbone up. And so keep going. So each time you use your abdominals, you're growing and articulating the spine down onto the floor so that you can get one vertebra at a time. So there's the next one, and then you use those abs, you pull them in and up, creating length and space in the spine, and then finding that next vertebra. And you keep going. There's usually a place where it's difficult for me right in the low back. So I got to really work hard there. When you've had enough, you go all the way down in your back and just take a cleansing breath. And exhale completely. And then we repeat again, but this time coming in the other way. So we start with the chin tucked into the chest. And then you press this time. You press or pull the vertebrae down onto the floor. And you roll up as best you can. And for me, I'm pretty stiff in the low back, so I have to work really hard. And I'm going to do that 3 times. And each time I do it, I'm going to notice it gets a little easier. So remember, feet are active, pushing into the strap. And I pause, tuck the chin, pull the belly in and up all the way. Try not to hunch the shoulders too much. And you keep pulling until you get the next vertebra, and the next vertebra, and the next one. Try to keep curling the back and articulating the spine. Coming all the way down, cleansing breath, inhaling deeply, exhaling completely, and then begin again, inhaling, exhaling, chin into the chest, pull the vertebra down onto the floor as you use those frontal abs to curl you up. If you notice that the heels just have to lift up off of the floor, you can hook them. You can hook them underneath a table or a chair. Here we go, last one. Inhale deeply, lengthening, Dandasana. Exhale, soften the knees, curl. Find that lowest part of the abdominals and pull them in and up as you get number 2, 3, 4. Each spine, each vertebral process has its own articulation, its own time onto the earth. And then you come all the way long, trying to create length in the back of the neck. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Inhale deeply. And you begin coming up, rolling chin to chest, seeing if you can pull each vertebra to have its own time, using the frontal core to support you till you come all the way up. And when you get there, if you'd like to just lengthen the arms up overhead, Dandasana, close your eyes, pull in your frontal ribs, and feel the spreading and the widening in the back. Take another breath there. Exhale, release. There you go. So I encourage you to try that, and to try that for a week or two straight and see if it changes the way you feel in your body. Namaste. Hey, if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and check out my other videos. Thanks. Namaste.